Hello and welcome to a Love Island still reeling from the shock of two celebrities going yesterday.
Last night we asked you to nominate one couple to send to the make or break boat, and you chose Lee and Jane.
Now, they're only gone for 3 days. The other celebrities, of course, think they're gone forever. And the way Lee and Jane have been getting on, it could end up feeling a lot longer than that.
Exactly. I mean, they looked absolutely gobsmacked, didn't they?
Yes, which is exactly what Jane wanted to do to us when she found out what was happening.
Anyway, we'll find out how their appointment with the Fijian love doctor went went a little later. And don't forget, they had to face it all with a massive hangover because it was the morning after Lee's birthday party.
So, after a week of dry humps, Paul finally gets a wet one.
But the question is Abby just using him to get back at Callum?
Exactly, and you could see that was the only thing on Paul's mind as he tried to get his sweaty mitts around Abby's puppies.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he was such a charmer the last time he was drunk, do you remember?
Yeah.
He swore he would never, ever, ever drink again.
Yeah, there he was the next morning asking the eternal question, was I drunk in a good way? So, Paul, were you a good drunk? Well, you slurred your way through the karaoke, told Jane she was a horrible Geordie, tried to stick your tongue down Isabella's throat and jumped Abby in the pool. So, all things considered, I'd say you were a brilliant drunk.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. He's so...
What do you mean I would?
I didn't mean it. But it's unbelievable. He's like a Jekyll and Hyde character.
Yeah, he certainly is. As we all know, Dr. Jekyll was a horny pisshead too.
But then there was the morning after, and they didn't only have sore heads to deal with. There was also Lee and Jane's sad departure.
Very sad. A bit quieter today.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, it's very sad. And a book of condolence is now open for Jane and Lee in the Love Island chapel.
Oh, come on. I mean, they're acting like they're never going to see them again. They'll probably bump into them in some nightclub in about 3 weeks.
What, celebs in a nightclub?
It's ridiculous.
Yes, they aren't dead, no matter what you may have seen there, but Lee might wish he was, because the make-or-break boat had set sail. Its mission to go boldly where no footballer had gone before, and Lee was cacking himself.
I mean, what is his problem? I mean, all he has to do is talk openly about his emotions, communicate, listen and be sensitive, Patrick.
I mean sensitive, Patrick? We're talking about Lee. And Kelly, just like Lee, that's my problem. To the UK tonight, we're actually...
we like to call it the...
3 days, we're going to have love doctors, we're going to have advice, maybe the odd Fijian potion, 2 hats together.
Now guys, you've seen the island, could that possibly be the...
Welcome back to Love Island, where the remaining celebrities are still coming to terms with the tragic loss of Lee and Jane.
I mean, I wonder how they're going to react when the pair of them walk back into the resort in 3 days' time.
We've no idea, but already we have the nappies on standby for Paul.
OK, but yesterday it was time for the boys and girls to face their next singles decider. Now, the lads had won, so was it the girls' time today?
So the lads win again there, because they're smarter, of course. Can't believe...
Yeah, full of remorse, I see. Callum was really remorseful after that, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he certainly was. Can't believe the bottle actually floated full of water. That was
yeah, well,
weird.
smarter. I can't believe Paul actually got a question right.
Next week, stay tuned for what's denser, Paul's head or Abby's breasts. Meanwhile, back in the Bermuda love triangle of Callum, Abby and Rebecca, it was time to find out who was doing best, quite literally.
Now remember, Abby thought she was in with a chance until Callum started cozying up with Rebecca. And now Abby's been, comforted by Paul.
And of course, when we say comforted, we really mean. So, no great mystery about who Abby fancies there, but there was one person who we didn't think fancied anyone.
Yes! This is until yesterday, when Liz let one slip in front of the boy. She fancies someone, but she didn't say who. It's so... Concentrate, Patrick. She didn't say who. She fancies someone. It's a revelation.
Fine. We thought the remark had gone unnoticed, but one man had his curiosity.
OK, he set about uncovering the truth, and it could only be a job for Inspector Cluedo.
I can't believe I'm laughing at it.
So, based on Paul's track record, I think we can be pretty sure it's not Michael.
And of course, there was a careful subtext to the interrogation there. What he was really asking was, is it me? Is it me? Please let it be me.
OK, well, Paul couldn't get Liz to talk, but hopefully Jane would have more success with Lee on the make or break boat.
And Lee was surprised to find out he was already learning something about the relationship, that it could be even more awkward and embarrassing than it already was. Welcome back to Love Island with 11 celebrities still in the game.
Yes, 9 in paradise and 2 in therapy. Although I doubt Lee and Jane are going to be the only ones.
Mind you, while Lee was getting the 3rd degree from Jane, the rest of the boys had their own little difficulties with the ladies. So, including being in a band, that was one of the best things Liz has ever done. Mind you, the band was Atomic Kitten.
I liked Atomic Kitten.
Did you?
Yeah. And the fun didn't stop for Liz when she got back to the resort because she was about to be interviewed by Love Island's very own chat show megastar. The one, the only, the slightly creepy Lalo Banter.
Paul Danan there, an actor who can't keep his hands to himself, playing the part of a chat show host who can't keep his hands to himself. He does like to stretch himself, our Paul, doesn't he?
Yes. Well, Lilo Banter kept them happy enough yesterday afternoon, but they're not always that way, even though they've got everything they could ever ask for on Love Island.
Yes, you'd think that, but no matter what you do, you couldn't possibly give celebrities everything they ask for. Welcome back to Love Island, where Abby's mourning the loss of Callum, Paul's mourning the loss of Lee, and Lee's mourning the loss of his freedom.
Or was he? Because yesterday on the Make or Break boat, they were about to find out what the next part of their therapy... I knew that.
Entailed.
Their therapy entailed.
Loved Dr. My arse. After that, he sold them some Lucky Heather and offered to tarmac their driveway.
Oh, don't be so cynical. I think it had a real effect on Lee.
Yeah, it did. And Lee's expecting the results back from the Love Doctor in about a week in a brown envelope.
I think, not that anyone cares what I think, but I think they have a real future together.
They do. And on that subject, despite reaching the very peaks of their chosen profession and the dizzying pinnacles of their respective careers, it is hard to believe, my friends, that celebrities have goals, but they do, and they discussed them last night.
No way. Oh, so Isabella dreams of having kids by the time she's 28.
And Paul dreams of being locked in a room with her when she's 27.
Well, that's all we've got time for tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow with our Sunday catch-up show, when we'll be bringing you all the news from Love Island's second week.
And we'll be hearing from the very indiscreet staff, and you'll see what happens when 2 of our celebrities try to escape. Join us for that, but for now, we're off to the beach. We'll see you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.